So the big news we got this week, other than the Fed hitting snooze on the federal funds rate, which no surprises, and more Iran news and what's going on with oil prices or the Strait of Hormuz, I'm sure at this point, nobody really cares, is the introduction to VantageScore and FICO 10T models. So do you actually get more buyers? Is this going to be an uplift that we're hoping it's going to be for buyers who are out there dealing with credit score challenges? And the short answer is, it depends. Let's dive in. So first and foremost, this decision came out and was effective immediately, which in the mortgage industry, nothing is technically ever ready for any changes that are effective immediately. Lenders, and each lender is different, right? We all have a different loan origination software. So there's all sorts of things that are going into that. We don't necessarily know when and how those things are going to be picked up and actually implemented on the back end of a file. Right now, every structure, every system is designed for the structure and the credit system that we have with FICO. And so loans are priced based on that system. So a couple of things that I think are really helpful, right? The introduction to adding, rental history, positive rental history, that's going to be great. That's going to help. It's already kind of in effect now, especially for some loan programs like FHA, where if you have a 620 credit score, fun fact, you can use positive rental history to offset it. Fannie Mae with the introduction of Freddie Mac with the introduction of no minimum credit score. Now, if you've got a buyer with a strong credit score and another buyer who potentially doesn't have a credit score, now we get to use the higher score and we can allow them to actually make it through the approval process because we can use things like rent payments or any other what we call non-traditional credit line, like a utility, to then get them through. So that's actually more important, I think, than maybe some of these changes. But one other thing that we get with Vantage, other than the rent, is it's more of a blended approach to your liability balances, which can be helpful. You can see big swings in FICO if credit card balances jump from one month to another. So they're going to blend that. But here's the hard and honest truth. It's probably at least 2 years before we see practical implementation of this. While yes, loans can be delivered right now, any lender who's going to be delivering them directly to Fannie and Freddie actually isn't going to be as competitive as they could be. So while the borrower may have a higher rate, their price could be worse because Fannie and Freddie don't always pay the best. There's a lot of investors behind the scenes that pick up loans, kind of all the nuts and bolts of what we do as lenders. And honestly, they're taking FICO loans at a better price because that's the system we have in place. So I think it's a great touch point for buyers. I think it's a great place to check in with buyers and be, hey, how's your home buying process going? How's the planning going? Do you need help with credit? I've got a great lender who can help with all of it. So create the conversation, use it as a talking point. It's going to be a great buying season and a great spring. I think we're going to get a new Fed chair this month in May, and that's going to be good news for everybody. So if you have any questions, if your buyers have any questions around credit, you know how to get me.